Hey, what is up, guys? It's King of Underworld here, your local King Degenerate. And, well, let's. I think we all know why we're here. Men of culture. And men of great content alike. Anyway, sorry for any dip in audio quality, or maybe increase in audio quality. I have no idea. Because, see, I had a blowout of one of my headphones that I use. And sorry, I'm kind of using this off of like an old headphones, so Um, yeah, I tested them. They seem to have a alright quality, but if it's something you're not used to, that's why. But anyway, let me get right into this. So, Asui and Deku are now dating because after the events of last part, where Sue told him to take responsibility for what he did, and he said, "Well, I guess I can't argue with their logic there." And to be honest, I was quite attracted to you as well. Kind of sparked a whole relationship, especially after he had saved her valiantly. So we now cut forward to after the 2 weeks of when, well, they had been given by Aizawa and the school to give him a bit of time to recover after these very traumatic events of the USJ incident. So, well, this time it was this scene was not just Ibara and Deku walking to school together. It was Ibara, Deku, and Sue walking together. As, Deku sees Ida and Urachako coming in from the same direction, and he waves to them and is like, "Hey guys, how are ya?" Like, "Oh, Deku, how are ya?" "Oh, good morning, Izuku." And God, crying out loud, Uraraka, I told you stop using that name. It's kind of an insult from Bakugo. I've gotten used to it over the years, Ida, but thank you. Oh, that's right, you're Bara, aren't you? Yes, I'm Ibarra, the prophet of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. As as Deku interrupts, no, that's right. I forgot to tell you, she loves God to a fault as much as I love plants. As they start going, oh wow, I didn't expect that one. Um, your hair is very lovely. Why, thank you. It was gifted to me from by the grace of the gods, and she will not let that go, will she? As Izuku responds, no, she won't. But what's more interesting to see here is you with Sue. Chako is poking fun at them. It's like, as Izuku nonchalantly said, well, of course, we're dating. As the, well, as Uraraka and Ida just goes, it's like almost spit out a drink that they just manifested out of reality and just took a sip out of. I went, what? Well, yeah. We, as Sue just started blushing and says, it's true. It's like, wait, when did this happen? Um, last Saturday, Saturday 2 weeks ago, actually. As, wait, you mean after the USJ incident? Yeah, well, he kinda asked me out to say thank you, and, also to apologize for what happened that time. And, yeah, I told him we'd probably be best if we go out, and as Uraraka flashes a big grin and says, Uraraka, well, sees a good potential when she sees one. See, I never knew you were so assertive. And she just starts blushing heavily and it's like, it's not like that. Sure it isn't. She's like, as Suzuku just says, Araki, can you please stop? Can you please stop making me feel weird? And she's like, alright. You got Prince Charming already, I say. As he says, well, I always thought she was very cute. So, yeah. Anyway, probably should be stop dilly-dallying with our time. Isn't that right, Ida? As Ida looks at his watch, as he says, "Oh yes, you're right, Midoriya. We must get at least 5 minutes early to class. We must be punctual." As Ida was basically forcing everybody. He's like, "Come on, hurry up, hurry up." As Izuku says, geez, we all don't have super speed here. Like, I can't help it. I like being punctual, okay? Yeah, whatever. As well, as the group starts walking towards class, then they'll sit inside, and then after about 5 minutes, the bell rings, and Azal walks in and is like, "Ugh, I hope you lot had fun in your, well, 2 weeks that you were given off, because that's where the fun ends. We've got about 2 months of training before this, well, sorry, in 2 months. Apparently it was cut down to one because it wasn't a severe incident. But we have at least 4 weeks of training ahead of you. So, you guys need to give it all you've got. And we don't want to leave anybody saying the first year's a week after getting fought. People were fighting and taking down villains all by themselves. And I hold a lot of promise for some of these people in this classroom. So don't disappoint. Who knows, maybe I might get to make some money out of this, as Ida says, "Excuse me, sir, but betting is strictly illegal in Japan." And it's like, "Oh, you're just a killjoy. Well, I don't get paid enough to deal with you, so I might as well make enough money to deal with you." As Ida really couldn't come up with a retort, as he just sat back and, yeah. Oh, there we go. So anyway, along with your extracurricular activities, you must also train in your free time to become strong and show your potential to the whole world. As the sports festival isn't just being televised all over Japan, but all over the world. So you got to show everybody why you're the best and that you mean to send everybody else home. And so everybody starts getting hyped, and then over the next 4 weeks, everybody starts training. Well, Izuku trains with Sue, as, well, he thought it'd be the best option. As, well, he doesn't want anything to happen. As Sue just says, "Alright then, how am I supposed to help you train? I don't got a flashy quirk like Todoroki or Bakugo." As Izuka said, "That's not why I asked you. You're very limber, you're very fast and agile. You're very good at close quarters. However, I am not. I want to be able to overcome that weakness. And also, it helps keep a few assurities in my mind very, well, reassured." As, well, Suyu just ponders on what he means by this, but just eventually lets it fall to the wayside, as it's not really important. As he says, "Okay, fight me like you would any villain. Don't worry about hurting me. I'll be fine. Trust me, I'm as tough as a weed." As tough as a weed? I thought you'd be like more of like an oak tree, Midoriya. Yeah, that was I played a game recently that had that line in there. So, well, I got a bit of an influence, and I like weeds, you know. Midoriya, you're rambling. Oh, yeah, sorry. Now come at me, Sue. And she starts, well, she uses her, well, frog-like body to be able to jump around at high speeds, well, almost encircling Midoriya, as she would whip out her tongue and grab him by the arm and slam him into the ground. It's like, "You told me not to hold back, so I'm gonna fight you like I would any other villain." It's like, well, you sure pack hard for a frog. God, I guess I can't be too careful then. Alright then, I'm not gonna hold back either. As he starts saying, rumbling tremors, as a bunch of vines start popping out the ground and start slamming against the ground, as, well, Sue's dodging them pretty effortlessly, as, well, being able to jump around at such high speeds and with high reaction times, she's finding it quite easy to dodge past them. However, one grazed her side as she fell to the floor. "Ah, that one got me." "That was quite impressive, Midoriya. Even though we were staying still, you managed to cover all your weak spots." Well, I noticed that as I was fighting the Nomu, I didn't, I didn't really have much of an option in close quarters combat, so if I can't move, or if I'm going to set a distance, I'm going to keep the enemies distracted while I attack. After all, they say that the best offense is a good defense. Huh, but how can you compare to this? As, well, Sue starts creating a mucus and throws it towards Midoriya. As it hits him right in the face, and it's like, I can't see. As then she gets down close under him and kicks him right in the chest, and as he flies into a wall. Ah, you win, you win. Ah, God, you're very strong for what you let on. I don't know what you mean, Ribbit. As where did that come from? I didn't see you using that in the sports festival. Well, I mean, sorry, the USJ. Well, it's something that I only came up with recently, and that's why it's kind of, well, not very refined. That is the mucus well, frogs can secrete. So any kind of poisonous dart frog, it's similar to that. It has a paralytic agent. So if I got it on your eyes, you couldn't see for a while. You know that's dangerous. If that was any more toxic, I would have been blind. Ah, you're fine, Midoriya. You're just lucky I happen to have a quirk that allows me to grow any medical type plant I want. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so lucky. I'd be wandering around and wandering to a light post. Ah, well, I'm sorry. I didn't really think too much. I was too reliant on the fact I knew you could pull some amazing tricks at it from your sleeve. That's alright. But man, you kick hard. I guess that's the one good thing about being a frog. Well, as she says before she starts collapsing to the ground, it's like, oh no, is it your injury? As she starts having heavy breathing again, it's like, oh, it's that. Hold on a second, I can't see very well. I need to find where my plants are. As he drops the pouch, it's like, ah, shit. As he goes and try and grab him, and accidentally grabs, something as he says, Jill? As Sue slaps him across the face, and it's like, not where you should be touching. Sorry, remember I can't see, so try not to blame me too much. It's like, I'm sorry, Midori, it's very sensitive right now, so please just be quick. As he stumbles around and goes, where are you? Wait, hold on. As he closes his eyes and, well, even though he can't see, he closes his eyes and puts his hand over the ground and says this, as he senses the life force in each thing. Ah, there you are. As he picks one up and grows it and moves it over to where he thinks Sue is. Alright, come on, move over. He smells it and it's like, God, that never gets weird. That never gets any better. Well, I doubt it's ever gonna be. This is why it's good to have the fact that you can grow plants. Because if that was the case, there'd be a lot more hard to manage the situation. As, well, Dora says, yeah, that's true. Hey, can you hand me my pouch? My other pouch. I think it's got my other medicines in it. Okay, then what do you want me to grab out of it? Do you see the one labeled Comfrey? Yeah. Grab 2 of those and grab one that is labeled Yarrow, please. Yeah, just give me one of those seeds. As she hands him all 3 of the seeds, and then he moves into his hands and grows them out and says, "Alright," as he crushes them together. "I'm sorry about this." As Bolsi just says, "Why are you sorry?" "Oh, I was saying sorry to the plants that use them for such a ridiculous purpose." "Are you calling what I just did ridiculous?" No, it's just I don't like using. I still like cutting plants when I don't have to. What you did wasn't ridiculous, it was actually smart. If you can't, well, if you can't outgun your opponent, take out their senses. Sight first, smell second. Then if they can't feel anything, they don't know when something's going to hit them or when to move. He starts rubbing the paste he makes from the 3 herbs on his eyes and says, just give me a minute, my vision will come back. You seem like you've had an experience this before, Midoriya. As he says, once I was, well, researching and, well, having a bit of fun with some plants. Oh, your fun, I see. Is that how you led to found that fungus? No, no, no. I read about that in a paper and I asked it to be ordered in. I never really expected it to be as powerful as, or as well, I didn't expect it to be true. But I could sense that there was a strange property to it. But anyway, I did have an experience once. There was a thing I got in my eyes once that almost made me went blind. I was, well, I was playing with some flowers in the backyard, and I didn't realize what I was touching was hollyhock, and I actually crushed it with my hand, and I started crying because, well, I crushed the flower. And I rubbed my eyes, and they started burning and hurting, and I couldn't see anything for a while. Then my dad rushed over, and he said, "Shit, we can't get him to a hospital right now. He'll lose his sight." As, well, he was only keeping it in his botanical garden because he liked the look of the flower. But he rushed over to me and was like, "Inko, hand me yarrow and what? Where is it? Where's where is it? Where's the comfrey?" As says bottom left hand shelf. As there it is. As he crushed it up and he rubbed it on my eyes, and I was able to see again. I was able to see, and that's how I learned about this. I learned about the power of plants. They weren't just something pretty, they were something that was helpful to people. And that's why people should respect them more. They don't just realize that it isn't just food they're useful for, medicines. Hell, we wouldn't have discovered penicillin if it wasn't for mold. And yeah, people don't give enough attention to it. As, oh, I see. Well, it's good at least that you are going to show the power of people, well, people the power of plants. Or, as you said, I think in your fight, the power of the green. Oh, please don't say that. I get embarrassed because whenever I go into a maddened state, I start spouting off random gibberish. Especially that sentence. Oh, my dad wouldn't let me down for weeks when he heard me say it. As Suda starts laughing. Well, now I've got something up my sleeve just in case you ever decide to play around with some of your plants again. Oh no. As the next 4 weeks is them continually training together and developing a few new techniques, as well as rediscovering ways they can use their powers, such as Izuku being able to use his offensive vines and, well, blockades of blackberries and, and some poisonous nettles, and be able to use them for an offense by turning into a one-sided shield. As then it comes around to the day of the sports festival, and everybody's getting ready, as they chose a representative from the first hero class, as to say, "Alright, Izuku Midoriya, can you please make your way onto the stand for a welcoming speech?" As he says, "Sure, I'll be right there." As he gets up and he starts addressing the crowd, "Hello everybody, my name is Izuku Midoriya. I'm in Class 1A and proud representative of my class in school. We hope you all enjoy the sports festival here as you'll see the power and brilliance of the new generation. I am one such student. I wish to show everybody the power of plants and the green. As people started just saying the green, as he says, oh, it must be his hair color. Well, at least he knows how to make a joke. As he says, as he continues on and says, but not just that, I hope to show you everybody's brilliance in the sports festival. Everybody can do amazing things if they put their mind to it, and we can all become great heroes. So just watch us. As he leaves the mic stand with a roaring, cheering, and round of applause, as a few people on TV take great interest. Some people on Island watching, some sinister people watching from afar while they think of ways to plot revenge, and some people just aspiring to become heroes. As then we get round to the first event where Midnight says, alright then, we'll be starting off these events by drawing random lottery. And since we pre-drew them before the opening festival, we decided that the first event is going to be a cavalry battle. As she said, all participants must make their way across a massive field all the way to the end goal of the arena. As everybody must make their way across deadly obstacles, but not quite deadly, and huge gorges, as they must make their way over towards the goal in order to secure their place. First place gets 10 billion points, and the points will be allocated to the place you come. As everybody's getting pumped up, as gives a few people time to shine, but some of the more general courses just say, oh no. As then we come around to the first event, everybody's lining up and everybody's waiting. As the timer goes, now everybody go! As the siren went, a huge wave of ice flowed across the floor, as almost everybody from Class 1A jumped over it, including Izuku and Sue, as they said, well, nice try, Todoroki, but not your best work, said a certain spiky-haired boy, now rushing ahead with his explosions. As Midoriya and, Suyu are running at an even pace, and as well as Izuku using some of his plants to move him faster. As he would launch himself up with a vine and grab onto the massive robots that are now standing in front of them, almost just basically emanating an aura of intimidation. As he said, face the might of the green! As a massive tree just sprouts out of the ground and spears right through the center of the 0-pointers that were in front of him. As he runs up and over it, then uses and creates a giant lily pad as a glider and flies down from the top. As Sugu just says from the back, show off. As everybody in the crowd is just shocked. This kid, who they thought was joking about the power of the green, and it was just being his hair color, and, just a joke in general, shocked everybody by saying, he just destroyed a robot in one go. How powerful is he? As President Mike starts to say, Izuku Midoriya, quirk, chlorokinesis. He's able to bend any plant he wants to his will. As everybody's just going, what the hell, that's so broken. That's such an insanely powerful quirk. Out of all the first years, that's gotta be at least the top 3, along with that explosion kid, and as well as that Todoroki with the fire and ice. As everybody's just shocked. As, they say, some people say, geez, why? Why are people like him born lucky? As he just continued racing on and leaves those people with ill intent behind. As Bakugo and Todoroki are now behind him, Bakugo gets furious and says, I'm not gonna let that vegetable nerd fuck me over in this race. I'm winning no matter what. As he starts ramping up his explosions, and Todoroki sees that he can't slack off now as he starts gliding, well, skating across the ground and covering it with ice. It might wear him down quicker, but I must catch up to him. I'm going to win this and show him that I can win without his power. As all three of them are, well, neck and neck as they reach a giant chasm. And Buck goes like, "See you later, losers. This was just practically made for me." As Midoriya smirks and says, "Not quite, Bakugo. It was made for me." As he just jumps on the gorge and is like, "Oh, I see, he's already given up." But then a huge vine starts whipping across the other side as Midoriya slingshots himself forward. "See you later, explosion boy. Don't mind if I take first place now, do ya?" As he starts getting angry, "You shitty nerd!" As he's like, "See ya, Kachan." And, well, Izuku makes his way to the minefields, and as he sees, well, from what I can see, as he grabs a rock and throws it onto one of the mines, and as it explodes, this is going to be quite tricky. However, I cheat, as he goes to the ground and feels all the seeds that are present in there and grows them. "Help me find the bombs. Help me, lend me your strength." As all of the plants start wrapping around the bombs, and he can feel where they are, almost like they're connected to his body. I see. There, and there. As he starts running full sprint, and everybody's just in sheer amazement as, wait, how is this kid not triggered a bomb yet? And as he steps on one, it doesn't go off. As President Mike saying, "Is there something wrong with these bombs?" As Izawa says, "No, Mike. He used his quirk to, I guess, as in a sense, control the bombs. Plants stop it from being triggered when he steps on one by accident. However, he knows what they are. He's using his quirk to the fullest, both sensory and offense." As Buck goes tailing right behind him, about to overtake him as he starts heading full sprint at him. It's like, Kachan. As he flicks one of the bombs out of the ground in front of Bakugo's face. Well, not directly, but in front of Bakugo as he gets shot backwards, then back into the middle of the minefield. Says, "How'd you like it without the safety turned on?" As he snaps his fingers and all the mines that were previously there, well, being docile, and now rearmed. And it says, "Oh shit!" As they all start to blow up, and just a huge cloud of pink starts covering the area. Well, it was fun. As he wraps another vine across his arm and slings it towards the end goal as he pulls himself forward, almost swinging like Tarzan through the stadium as he lets go and does a flip and lands on his feet. As he gives a bow and says, "This is the power of the green!" As everybody's just roaring in amazement at this kid. Now, Bakugo comes in after Todoroki because of all the explosions. Todoroki was able to overtake Bakugo. And 4th place is Ida, and 5th place is Sue, which no one saw because they couldn't find her for some reason. Now, on to the next part of the course. 1st place they have to do the cavalry battle with 10 billion points on their head. As you can feel, well, now I've got a lot of enemies. "Hey Sue, you want to team up with me?" As he goes up to Sue and says, "Midoriya, I can't, I got points. I scored." It's like, "Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Well, can't we just ask Midnight to give your points to somebody else and you can be on my team?" "I don't know if that's allowed." "Hey Midnight." And she says, yes, Midoriya? Is it against the rules to give points to somebody else? Are you going to give her the 10 billion? No. I was gonna get Sue here to give her points to somebody who doesn't have it, so she can be on my team. Well, I mean, you can, but wouldn't it be more interesting? Well, as he gets up real close to well midnight, actually making Sue a bit jealous, and like, well, you see, she's kind of my girlfriend, and I want her to be shown off during the sports festival, so I want her to get into the battles as well. Let's just say midnight goes, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Bit of a knight in shining armor, Prince Charming to show off your, well, queen, I see. And she says, I guess, but I thought it'd be very fitting. He says, alright then. And she says, see, Asui, you may give your points to one person from your class. It says, oh, here, Ojiro, take these. So, okay. As now we got a team of Tokiyami, Sue, Izuku Midoriya, Ichaka Uraraka, and Mei Hatsume. As then, as the five start, well, heading towards their battle positions, as they get ready to go, and says, alright everybody, know the plan? Yep. As he starts saying, Great Barrier of Vines, as he lifts his arms up and a huge dome of plants starts swirling around the team, as everybody's going, whoa, looks like Midoriya's team is going for the defensive strategy. As everybody's just thinking, wait, but wouldn't that leave him vulnerable to attack? They're just gonna break through the vines. As everybody is shocked to see when Bakugo goes in to try and explode the vines, as it doesn't burn, instead it explodes more violently and rupturing as it sets off a chain reaction around it and blows him back, as well as sends needles into his arms. Ah, God, it hurts! I can't feel them, but it hurts! As he just got stung with some nettle vines, as well as Mixer Gimpy Gimpy, they're on thorns that were launched out because of a special tree. And that special tree's seed pod has the ability to explode under high pressure and heat. So when Bakugo uses explosions, I use it against him. And I can keep regrowing this for as long as I want. And, well, so you brought up an interesting facet about my quirk. If I can control plants, does that mean I can make plants fuse with each other? I gave that a bit of thought, and I hesitated at first because, well, it's tampering with the natural order. But Sue said to me, well, what's the point of natural order if it's there to be broken by humans anyway? As I said, well, you got a certain point about that. And it's not like I'm gonna release out into the wild, so I have no quarrels about it. As then, as they are being attacked from every other corner, soon Todoroki's group trying to freeze the plants while dry and break through, as to no avail. Ah, Todoroki, my friend. See, I've put a hindrance to your plan. See, some of these plants are native to cold environments, and with the layer of exploding pods now on the outside, it's created a warm layer of insulation. You cannot break through, but my plants won't die. As when it reaches the 10-minute mark, as people started to finally chip away at it, the time was called. Midoriya's group wins! As they now have 10 million points, and will be moving on to the final battles. As they all started cheering, and said, sorry Tokiyami, I know you like dark places, but I know you don't like being totally enclosed. It's okay, Midoriya. You told me you were going to do that in the first place, which allowed me to make sure that Dark Shadow was not out, therefore not causing a ruckus. See, communication is key. And sorry if it wasn't very exciting for some of you. As there wasn't a... no, it's fine, it's fine. As most of the other cavalry battles played out like in canon. And then we got to the final battles, as the first battle was certainly an interesting one. It was, well, Deku versus a man named Shinso, as, well, he tried, as they started to move into the arena, Shinso just said, it must be nice having a good quirk, having everybody look up to you because you're strong. Must be nice, huh? As Midoriya is just relatively unfazed by this, and's like, between you and your stupid plants, or your broken ability, I don't know what's worse. As he just said, you dare insult the green? As he says, you fell for it. Fell for what? As he... Well, as he was just gone. His mental state was gone. And as Shinso said, now walk out the arena. As Midoriya turns around, he starts walking, and as he's in a foot of... about to put his foot out the ring, something stopped him. A plant. As it starts, well, that cracked out from the ground of the stadium. It wrapped around his foot, stopping him from moving temporarily. As he starts moving, it climbs up his leg, starts surrounding his body, as then he's fully covered in plants. I am the Swampthing, Avatar of the Green. You dare try and use such filthy tactics on me. We are the plants. For you to realize your mistake, bow down before the earth and kiss it on your hands and knees. Shinso just says, what the hell is going on? Explain what you are. As he expected for the thing to reply and try and then walk out the arena again as he commanded, as he says, I am the Avatar of Green. Walk out the arena. As he starts, well, as he doesn't move an inch. I said walk out the arena now. You do not command the millions, the trillions of cells and plants in this body. You do not control one bit of it. You may control the host, but you do not control the power. As he just walks up to Shinso and says, you do not mess with the green. As he punches him into a wall, and then, well, he de-transforms down from his massive behemoth size down, well, just to his normal human form. As everybody's just shocked and it's like, wait, this kid has a transformation quirk as well? As people are just going wild. He's so strong. As, well, Deku finally was brought back to consciousness. Well, while he was standing. Just, it happened again. As he looks around and says, what happened? What happened? Shit, Shinso. As he runs up and starts helping out the wall. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. That hurt. What was that? The Avatar something I heard? Oh, that is what you call the sentience of thousands of plants at once. Millions of them, actually. It's hard to keep them under control when you don't exactly have control anymore. So you're saying that they took control of your body? Well, my quirk works one of two ways. I control them, or they control me, but I give them I give them the directions. And so if I don't tell them to do one thing or tell them not to do another, they would forcefully enact their will. As he says, that's a terrifying power you got, but I can understand why you're so powerful now. It comes with a lot of self-control management, doesn't it? Yeah, but on the bright side, look, as everybody in the arena is cheering for Shinso, as he had a powerful quirk, he just wasn't matched up in the best situation. As people could see it's such a brilliant quirk if used in the right hands, as this boy was not trying to be a villain, he was trying to be a hero. As he walks out with a smile on his face and says, "Thanks, I've learned a lot." No worries. As now we're gonna go over to the next fight. This one was a very unique fight, as it was two women actually fighting. It was Asui and Momo fighting. As they start getting into their fighting positions, as Momo says, "Well, I don't think we want to disappoint our class now, do we?" And Surita says, "Not particularly, and I've got someone rooting for me now, so I kinda don't want to lose." "Sorry, Momo." It's like, "Don't be sorry. But I'm sorry that you might be walking away with a win." As she starts lunging towards Sue with makes a few shields and even a nightstick try and bat away Sue. But however, she was just too fast. Sue managed to get behind her and give her a sort of kick to the back, sending her on flat on her ass. And she's like, "Well, you've certainly been training, that's for sure." "Yeah, I had some help." And then looks over at Midori, but she gets hit. It's like, "Don't lose focus, Sue. I may be your classmate, but that doesn't give you the right to slack off during the middle of a fight." "Well, looks like I learned my lesson." As she starts she jumps back and Momo gets up and gets the surrounding. She's like, "Wait, where did she go?" "Right behind you." As she gets wrapped up with Sue's tongue and gets thrown out the arena with such violent force as she lands in the grass and dirt outside. As Midnight calls the match, "The winner is Suyu Asui." As everybody starts cheering, and she walks way back up to the stand, Midoriya is going, "Well done. I knew you could do it." And she says, "Thanks. Means a lot." Now, the next battle is a battle between Todoroki and Deku. Who will win? Fire, ice, or will the green? Because I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. I'm an asshole. Yes, I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger because it's getting over 40 minutes long, and I usually like to wrap it up around the 45-minute mark, and seeing as it's going to approach that, I'm going to try and put out 2 today. I thought it would only be fair that I could leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. But other than trying to explain why I'm an asshole, yeah, I hope you enjoy this new part, because, well, who doesn't love our good old frog princess? And yeah, everybody who's watching, peace out, and I've been your king of the underworld. Peace.